Hello, Governor. This is Alex McCarthy from Talk Sport. Wait a minute. What am I doing on this podcast?
Stop. Whatever you just did, never do that again. I understand there is confusion, and there was some confusion today. That someone finally thought the other Alex McCarthy was actually you instead of the other way around. Granted, it was our buddy Malice who...
Is this the Cody conference call?
No,
Hello?
No, you're on Off the Chest, bro.
Off the chest?
Yes.
Whose chest?
Timothy Regal?
Timothy Regal.
Guy Seth Rollins did a moonsault off of?
Oh, I think I saw that in a GIF once.
You probably did. It's all over.
Cheerio.
Alright. Folks, welcome to Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. That was the British Alex McCarthy.
Oh, I finally got to be on a podcast with him.
I'm not... The one you just heard is not the British Alex McCarthy, but...
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
But the 7-star mind, Alex McCarthy, who can never vanity search himself because of the British Alex McCarthy,
That's right.
who just happens to be a wrestling journalist.
That's right.
The odds of that.
Yeah, there's another Alex McCarthy who is a footballer, as we say.
Oh yeah, there's a soccer player.
A footballer.
Fortunately for me, the only other, my actual shoot name, there is a stand-up comic who is very funny, thankfully.
Well, at least one Tim Dillon is funny.
Fuck you! Folks, welcome to Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. Oh, I already did that part. We won't edit that out. Alex, there any wrestling this week?
No.
No? So we can just take the week off? There's nothing to talk about?
Yeah.
Alright. That was the show, folks. See you later.
See you later.
We're kidding, of course.
There's too much wrestling.
There's a lot of wrestling, but before we get to the wrestling this week, we got to talk a little bit about last weekend. Of course, Saturday, you and I were at
The Panthers.
SCW, huh?
Oh, no.
No, not the you and I Panthers. You and I, as in you and I,
We, yes.
were at SCWPro Aftermath. Right.
Before English.
Yes. God damn it. It was SCW Aftermath, but what you didn't know, Alex.
Yeah?
It was Timothy Regal Appreciation Night.
Oh my God, you're never gonna let it die.
There was a banner. I was hoping for maybe balloons and maybe a cake, but I didn't get any of that. But I was very honored and felt very privileged to our good friends, as we know them, the Bacamaniacs.
Yes, the Bacamaniacs. Living up to their name, they are maniacs because they actually made a pro Timothy Regal sign.
They said that Timothy Regal calls it like it is.
Ugh.
I'm just like Jesse the Body Ventura.
Well, maybe. I mean, he's crazy too.
I call it like it is. No, I was very flattered, and they actually tweeted out and actually gave me some very nice words, and I do want to shout those guys out. Great fans. They're at almost every. They're at pretty much every single show. Taking a lot of time and effort into doing these banners, and for not just myself like this one, but for pretty much there's been banners for Corn Boy, for the Shug, for Merrick Brave, obviously for the Sensei. Just a lot of stuff that these guys do, goes the extra mile as fans. And then always very thankful, and they applaud, they say, hey, you do a great job. And it's very nice, actually, in all realness, it's very nice to have fans say, hey, you make the product better when, like I said on Twitter, I'm just a guy who gets to go out there, who loves wrestling, gets to go out there and have some fun and call some wrestling. But I do take it seriously, and I do try to narrate and try to get people emotionally invested as I am in the stories that we tell. So thank you very much to those guys. Thank you for the banner. It meant a lot to me. They actually asked me if I wanted to take it home. I said, I would, but that thing was literally bigger than the wall of my living space. So
They offered to let you keep it?
Yeah, they offered to let me keep it, but I said, it's literally bigger than my wall, so I don't know what I would do with it. And it would probably end up getting wet or something like that, getting ruined. So I said, I appreciate it, but no. Enough about me.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a joke about me saying enough about me?
It's been enough about you about 10 minutes ago.
It's been enough about me about 40 episodes ago, I think.
About 137, actually.
Are you roasting yourself?
Have you...
Hi, Margaret!
Do you ever listen to the pod, Margaret?
No, Margaret has never listened to this in her life.
She maybe... I bet she used to.
No, not really.
No? Never?
If I wanted to listen to it, I would just be out here while you do it. Why would
I remember there was a
I remember when she used to be like.
She used to be on every episode.
Yeah.
She used to be one of the co-hosts.
I remember like there used to be like 4 people that would be on this show.
Yeah.
When Margaret was here, and
You
then
were
Kat
so
would,
much.
At random
less...
points throughout the episode, the door to your house would just swing open, and someone would walk in screaming.
Usually profanity.
We miss you, Kat.
Yeah, we never did get another cat, did we?
No, we didn't.
We tried to replace her a couple times.
It didn't work out.
Yeah, poor replacements.
Cat is irreplaceable.
Absolutely.
Hey.
What?
Cat's gang affiliated now, so.
That's right.
Per Nick Gage, so. I've never been more proud of her than that moment in my life, so. No, we should talk about SCWPro Aftermath.
Yeah.
Opening match. Saw the front man. Big match. Jah-C. The headliner. Taking on a man making his SCW debut in Jesse Love.
Yeah. So Jesse Love was billed from your girlfriend's bedroom. And during the match, Regal said he was from New Zealand. And I was like, wait a minute, your girlfriend's bedroom is in New Zealand? And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, my girlfriend keeps asking me to send her Amazon gift cards. I don't know what that's about.
Did you?
No, that's a joke.
Tell you what, Regal.
What?
If I can swing by the post office, you just buy those Amazon gift cards, give it to me, and I'll send them to your girlfriend for you.
All right, we'll do that.
Sounds good. If you want to send Amazon gift cards to Timothy Regal's girlfriend, you can just PayPal me at alexmc7489@gmail.com. Send me some PayPal, and I will get Amazon gift cards for Timothy Regal's girlfriend. She really needs them. She's in a she's having a tough time right now. She's dating you.
Wow. He thinks he's funny, folks.
Have you listened to the show in a while?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, how's the gain been?
What?
The gain, is it picking up okay? It just seems like the levels are a lot lower than they used to be. I think Sean messed with my laptop.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
So, yeah, Jah-C picked up the victory over Jesse Love. Jesse Love reminded me of somebody.
He was like felon JT Energy.
Yeah, he was like I think his booty is only 3 stars though. I didn't rate it.
I don't rate anything except for my brain, which is 7 stars.
After Jah-C picked up the victory, we had a fatal 4-way match for the QC Cup. Dante Leone defending against James Thomas, Crotch, and Johnny Wisdom, and this was a hell of a matchup. And Alex, history went down. We got a new QC Cup holder, a 2-time champ.
How many 2-time QC Cup holders do we have? I believe Manders has held it twice.
Manders held it twice.
Yeah.
Johnny held it twice, and Bobby Dahl held it twice.
Okay. Very good, very good. That's why we keep you around.
Yep. But Johnny Wisdom kind of stole the victory from Dante Leone.
I mean, there's no rules in a fatal 4-way.
Yeah. Dante Leone, he pinned Crotch because James Thomas actually had Dante Leone on the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And then after the match, James Thomas paid dearly.
He
for
paid
that.
dividends, yeah.
Yeah, Dante was not a happy person at all.
Dante, even when things are going good, Dante doesn't always come off as the happiest person. I mean, everybody likes him.
Dante's an intense dude. He's a fighter. And
he's a fighter, yeah.
when he gets in there, he can
Very
get
intense.
He gets a little intense, and obviously very upset that he lost the QC Cup. And I didn't want to be James Thomas then. I still don't want to be James Thomas.
I already didn't want to be James Thomas, but yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't want to wear James Thomas's clothes ever. So
I don't think James Thomas wants you to wear his clothes, Regal.
Plus, James Thomas is a Bears fan, so
that's about the only redeeming quality he has.
Anyway, but yeah, Dante Leone probably still trying to chase James Thomas down somewhere. After that, we had an interesting matchup, as they say, as Chuck Brewster,
oh yeah,
Sexy Chuck, minus his brother Buck and his horse Derek.
Yeah, Buck and Derek, had to take care of some warrants that they had.
Yeah, and apparently Derek drove the car.
Have you not watched the video yet?
I watched the video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Derek was driving.
You hadn't watched it at the time of the show, had you?
Derek was driving, man. I don't know how I don't know how a horse drives, but...
you know how a horse drives?
How?
Horsepower.
Wow. But anyway, Chuck on his own, taking on Connor Braxton. Braxton literally still wearing the same clothes he wore for the street fight at Anniversary.
I think it's as a reminder, too.
I was just hoping that he had at least washed them.
Well, you know what, Regal? I want to say something.
What?
A lot of guys wear the same gear every show.
That's true.
I mean, you say that like...
Well, Braxton normally wears gear. He was in his jeans and his hoodie that he wore for the street fight, is what I'm saying.
Well, maybe he's a fighter now.
Maybe.
He used to be a lover, and now he's a fighter. But
Braxton took it to Chuck Brewster. Man, I couldn't believe it. Chuck fought back, man.
Oh, yeah. Chuck's a fighter, and Chuck's the muscle of the Brewster brothers. And Buck's the brain, I think. Well,
and
within reason. I mean, of the two...
That's...
mean.
But Chuck gave this a hell of a fight. Came a whole lot closer than I thought he was gonna. And I thought nearly at one point Chuck had the upset. Unfortunately, he kept trying to go for the wrench.
Yeah.
And
what was up with that, huh?
Yeah, and so Chuck tried to go for the wrench, and referee John G stopped him from grabbing the wrench. And then Braxton hit him with the big boot.
Yep.
And that was all for a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Braxton.
Chuck's got to learn he can't use that wrench.
Yeah, Braxton picked up the victory. Interesting to note, Braxton did yell a few things at Mr. Merrick Brave during the match.
Yeah. They lured him out of retirement once. It was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That being said, I hope my friend Merrick Brave, our friend, stays retired and does not ever try to wrestle again.
After that, we had women's tag team action.
Yeah.
As Heather Reckless and Izzy B took on Valentina Loca.
Yep.
And my close personal friend Blair Onyx.
Oh my God. Regal, a female is willing to talk to Regal, and therefore she will henceforth be recognized as his close personal friend.
I will not have you besmirching the name of my friend Blair Onyx, okay?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Blair Onyx is a lovely young lady.
How much is she paying you to say this?
She just doesn't like you because she says you have a stupid big fat mouth.
You better be making sure you're not giving her any secrets. She's Russian.
I mean...
She's being nice to you because she wants American secrets, Regal. And as I said, I am a real American.
I've been trying to work the other way and see if she got any info that, any phone calls between Putin and the president. And
yeah, I'm sure she's going to give you that information right up.
But this was a really good match. Interesting. Izzy B picked up the victory.
Undefeated.
On Valentina Loca again. Izzy B undefeated. This was an interesting tag match. The women's division in SCWPro is starting to heat up.
It's getting hot.
Yeah. Then up next after that we had the SCWPro Iowa Wrestling Championship match.
Yes.
The one called Manders and the Shug Shane Hollister. This, obviously, there's a lot of a story here. The Suge, the last person to hold that Iowa Wrestling Championship in its previous form.
Yes.
And obviously, that title resurrected around the waist of the one called Manders, the winner of the Best in Black and Brave tournament.
Yep.
And yeah, the Suge never lost that title. That title was retired.
Well, he lost it Saturday night.
But,
to the man called One Called.
This was an absolutely amazing matchup.
It sure was.
This to me is a match of the year candidate in SCW. These two guys, I mean, literally two eras of SCW, as we see a lot with certain guys. But I mean, Manders gets an incredible victory. Manders, you got to think. I'm not going to say he is the wrestler of the year, but he's in the conversation at this point. Several match of the year candidates, the Iowa Championship, the winner of the Best in Black and Brave tournament. I don't think there's anybody that's had a better year. I would love to know, when was the last, we need to check on that. When was the last time Manders actually got pinned? Probably when he lost the QC Cup, I'm going to guess.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I only have records dating back to,
yeah, I'd have to go back through paper records probably to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he lost the QC Cup, I think is the last time that Manders was pinned.
Braden McBride.
To Braden McBride. So,
gosh, has it really been that long?
I think it has.
I believe it.
So
we came back from intermission.
And the big man from Hawaii, Solomon Tupu.
That's right.
Taking
Pearl City, Hawaii.
Taking on the man returning to SCW.
Right.
From the land down under.
Yes.
Not Jackson Kelly.
No. We have several Australian wrestlers in SCWPro.
Yes. A man making his return, Mr. Zeke Andino.
Yes. Do you remember what match Zeke Andino was in the last time he was in SCWPro?
He wrestled Crotch, I believe, didn't he?
No.
Who was it?
He and Braden McBride unsuccessfully challenged for the SCWPro Tag Team Championships against the team of Sage Kanan and the aforementioned Dante Leone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I know. I knew he very quickly before he had to return, but Zeke and Dino going to be back for a little while.
The American tour.
Yeah, as we've seen with a couple of our Australian students, and it sounds like there's another one in the pipeline.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yes. But no. Black and Brave definitely has an Australian contingent.
I mean, if we were going to open a second... Not we.
If Black and Brave
If Black and Brave were going to open a second Black and Brave Wrestling Academy on a different continent...
It might be in Australia, because the Australians seem to love Black and Brave.
Yes.
Obviously Jackson Kelly, Zeke Andino,
Tarley.
There's a few other ones.
There was a big class of who I didn't learn.
We had like a big class.
We had a whole Australian class.
Yeah, there was like a whole Australian class, and I can't remember.
Mackenzie was one of the last classes.
Yeah. No, but the Australian kids, Zeke Andino, a kid who obviously when he returned to Australia, put on some size.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely looked a lot bigger than I remembered.
Jacked.
Absolutely. And him and Tupu, they went at it here, man. Back and forth, just brawling all over the place. And Dino showed off some really good athleticism, some really good fire, and defeated Solomon Tupu. I'm really excited to see what Mr. Zeke Andino can bring now that he's got a little bit more experience under his belt.
Yeah. And
as we saw again with the aforementioned Jackson Kelly when he came back, there's no replacement for experience.
Nope.
So then we had a 6-man tag team match.
Yeah, a little trios action.
All 3 members of Infamy, Joesa, and the SCW Tag Team Champions, Dion Roosman and Robin Steele, taking on a very interesting team of Thumb, Finger, and Corn.
Finger food.
Finger food, as we dubbed them.
They called them, the JP came up with that himself.
JP Finger, Jared Thumb, and the Corn Boy. I swear to God, I thought we couldn't get weirder, and then, that team showed up. I think the only thing that would have been weirder is if one of them had antlers or somebody sprouted a second head. I mean, and the crazy thing is, all three of them are a little wacky.
Great athletes.
But I'm gonna say I don't think anybody gets wackier than Korn at this point.
Korn's crazy. He's also he's crazy, but he's also he'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's the kind of crazy that Korn is. He'll kill you.
I remember what happened when you told him he couldn't use an ear of Korn as a tag team partner.
It wasn't in a can of corn?
Or a can of corn, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna hit me with the can of corn.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to Dubuque in a little bit.
They love corn.
They I don't think there's any place that loves the corn boy.
That Corn Boy built.
Yeah,
I think.
Dubuque loves the the Empress of Evil might get a little mad if she hears you say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text the Empress.
Oh, you're such a.
I'm gonna text the Empress and tell her royalness that you said that.
Why do you gotta be such a?
I'll have two friends that are mad at you.
Oh my
gosh!
One. You'll have two friends.
Two friends. I have a lot of friends. I have two friends that are mad at you.
You'll have two friends.
But this was a good match, man. I mean, obviously we got coming up in just a few weeks, Muscatine Meltdown.
Yeah.
The return to Muscatine, where Thumb and Finger are going to challenge for those SCW Tag Team titles.
Yep.
This was a little bit of preview of that. Man, Thumb and Finger, Roosman and Steele better look out because those guys want the SCW Tag Team titles. Really looked like they had this match won, but once again, Infamy resorts to some evil tricks.
Yeah.
And gets a victory here. This is a little rough. One thing before we get to the main event, I want to mention, we got a videotape message.
Yep.
Which I believe you can see on SCWPro's YouTube page or YouTube and their Twitter.
Really?
A little video, a little promo from the Money Matt Cage.
Yeah.
People are wondering, he's been back a couple times and what's going on? Is he going to come back again? And he let us know yes, and that he said he has a book with a
list,
a list with a lot of receipts to cash, with a lot of people that
it's not on the YouTube.
Need some retribution.
It's not on the YouTube.
Okay, I know it's on the Twitter.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting words from the Money Matt Cage. It says we'll be seeing him real soon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You never quite know what's up with the money. He's gonna show up when he wants to. He's gonna challenge. He's gonna do what the money's gonna do. The money's a man all his own, and he's gonna do what he wants to do. So, we will see coming up shortly. But the main event, a return match, 1-on-1. Travis Titan cashing in his rematch clause against the man who stole the SCW title at Anniversary, Xander Killen. Titan comes to the ring and is heinously, viciously attacked by one Xander Killen. Killen just throws Titan into the steps multiple times, just gives Titan a terrible, terrible beating, chases off security. Finally, Killen thinks it's over, thinks that there's no way that the match is going to happen. He leaves.
Yeah.
Titan gets up.
Yep.
And grabs a mic and says, you may have put a beating.
Right.
But Titan came to fight.
Right.
And calls Xander Killen back to the ring.
Yep. They had a match.
We rang the bell. Titan's already severely beaten down.
Yep.
Killen immediately goes right after him. Titan incredibly fights back.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has so much heart, so much guts, and so much fortitude. He manages to fight back, almost gets the pin several times, but and then in the end, with a distraction to the ref.
Yep.
Killen hits a low blow.
Yep.
And the drop down, retains the title, and runs out of the building.
Did you see when Titan had the Titan's Cross locked in, where Killen's eyes were? If the untrained eye might have thought he was looking at the ropes, he had his eyes fixated on the championship. He was looking at us at the table, he was looking over where the championship was, fixated on the championship.
Xander Killen is
a man
obsessed with holding that SCW title.
Yes.
He will do whatever he has to keep it.
Yep.
Including basically tried to maim Travis Titan before their match even started. And again, I'm gonna say it. Is Travis Titan's heart getting in the way of his brain?
Maybe.
He put Killen into the match at Anniversary that he didn't have to.
Yep.
Killen wins the belt.
He could have called the damn cops.
He could have.
Grand theft.
I mean, after that beating he got,
yeah,
he could have lived to fight another day.
You know, Sean Morrow, Merrick Brave, SCWPro Management would have given him another title shot if he would have decided to take the night off. Yes. They would have written that contract.
So you gotta wonder.
Yeah.
Travis Titan, essentially twice now, has put himself behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
And now the question is, where does he go from here? And you gotta think he still wants another shot.
Yeah.
Which now he's gonna have to earn.
Right. He got his free shot.
And then you've also got to think, there's somebody else sitting there going, hey, I've got a rightful claim to this belt too.
Well, you know who's next in line?
Latin Thunder.
Yes, Latin Thunder.
At Muscatine Meltdown.
Yep. Latin Thunder has earned an SCWPro Championship match.
The hometown hero.
Yep, the Muscatine wrestling legend.
Like I said, the man who built Muscatine, Latin Thunder, is going to get a shot at that title. And don't think for 1 second that Latin Thunder can't walk out of Muscatine as SCW Heavyweight Champion. That man's got over 20 years of experience. Yep. And he's in his hometown. You know he's going to be amped up. You know he's going to be fired up. You know he's going to be in great shape. You know he's going to be ready. Latin Thunder going to be looking to bring that title home, man. I mean, Muscatine Meltdown is when?
October 19th.
October 19th.
October 19th, Muscatine Meltdown 2. October 26th, Wicked Ways. November 2nd, The Harvest 3 in Dubuque. November 9th, Hawkamania 12, Hawks by a Million at Wildwood in Iowa City.
We're going to take
the Autumn Anguish Tour. That's what I'm calling it.
Taking a couple-week break, and then we're going to be back for 4 shows in 4 weeks.
In 4 towns.
Yes.
One of them near you. Unless you live really fucking far away. In which case, why are you listening to this podcast?
You can listen. I'm hoping there might be people in the Ukraine listening to this podcast. Which, if you're listening to this podcast in the Ukraine, any information that you may have, please send our way.
On Joe Biden, no, I'm kidding. We will make it extremely advantageous to you if you give us no. Anyways, so fuck. We try not to get political on this podcast. Although I hope there aren't any conservatives listening.
If you're conservative and you're listening, it doesn't make you a bad person.
Just makes you
wrong.
Right.
All right. We just lost anybody that is conservative.
I mean, if they're really conservative, they're not listening to this show, anyways.
But anyway,
all right.
Now, Alex, Sunday, you went to the 3XW Latino American Heritage Festival in Des Moines.
I did.
I heard it was damp.
It rained the whole fucking time.
How was that?
So, you know, I get there and everybody's standing around talking, and they said, Commissioner Todd looks at one of the other members of management and says, "Hey, weren't we supposed to start at 1:30 or whatever, or 1 o'clock?" And the guy looks at him and goes, "There's nobody here. It's pouring down rain." So finally, it stopped. Literally, it stops raining long enough for us to decide that yes, we are going to have a wrestling show. Then, as we're putting together the matches, because we had to change the card completely because people left and there weren't going to be a ton of people there, so we didn't want to have a long show. So So I'm pulling the curtain back here, and I'll switch back to kayfabe in a minute, because I know we normally would normally kayfabe about the local stuff. We completely retooled the show, and rebooked the show and kind of split up. Like, okay, we're gonna do this now instead of what we were originally gonna do. And maybe on our Patreon, I can reveal what the original card
We don't have a Patreon.
With the original card for the Latino American Heritage Festival was. Anyways, just kidding. We don't have a Patreon. But if you want to send me money, it's alexmc7489@gmail.com on PayPal. So anyways, it basically stopped raining long enough to decide, okay, we're gonna do this. Then, like, we're trying to get the first match started, and literally the guys are like still trying to put the match together, and they're like, tell them to come out, come on, first team out. And so, as we're literally like changing things for the match, and then it started raining again by the time the first team was coming out, and it was the team of Malachi Matthews, the Hadley brothers, the Amazon, and Phantasmo Fuego, led brilliantly, kayfabing again now, by myself, the 7-Star Mind, Mr. McCarthy, and Captain Midnight Guthrie. Now, do you think a team led by me and Captain Midnight together could possibly be stopped, Regal?
Absolutely not.
You would think, but we were, because 3XW is biased and unfair. And I'm going to tell you why. We took on the team of Tyler Jones, Mad Dog McDowell, IPA, John West, goddamn, and, Cuco Santiago. So that was the opposing team, right?
Okay.
So, referee Terry, whatever the hell his name is, I think his name's Terry something, he's, being bad at his job like normal. And I'm trying to get him to pay attention to what's going on, to do things the right way, to see that my man Brett Hadley was getting cheated. And this idiot, you want to know what he does, Regal?
What'd he do?
He ejects me.
How dare he?
I was ejected.
Well, you should have been on the apron.
I've never been ejected before.
Well, you wouldn't get off the apron.
How do you... I know. But there was already 4 other guys on the... There was already 8 guys on the apron. What's one more guy?
They're in the match. You're not.
Anyways, so this idiot ejects me. So I had to go back to the locker room and read a book. Which is good because I didn't want to take my book out in the rain anyways. So I'm in the locker room reading the book. So this part I didn't see, but I heard about it. So, great match, back and forth match, 10-man tag, craziness, all kinds of action all over the place. And then El Bigote, big idiot that he is, decides he's going to chase Captain Midnight around the ring because I guess, I don't know, they alleged Captain Midnight was cheating or something. And so then guess who shows up? Guess who found his way to the Latino Heritage Festival to mess with my good friend Captain Midnight?
Jimmy Mouth of South Heart.
No! That idiot, Senor Tigre. Can you believe that?
I mean, he told us he was going there.
I know, but I thought he was just going to hang out or buy a ticket maybe. What's Senor Tigre ever done?
I mean, didn't he ring announce last year?
Oh, he managed somebody last year.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
But, anyways, no, he's ring announced before it. Rugged Pro. I guess, I don't know. I just think that Senor Tigre, there's only a handful of people in this business that you'll never see me in the same room with because I can't stand them. I find them to be positively despicable. And one of them is Senor Tigre.
Alrighty. Anything else interesting happen?
Well, the next match, do you want me to go through all the matches?
Real quick.
Oh, because you took 20 minutes going through SCW.
Well, there weren't very many matches.
There was only 4 matches at 3X.
So let's go through it.
God.
So it probably won't take very long.
No. The next match was the team of Space Unicorn, Valentina Loca, and the Yellow Dog taking on the team of Duke Cornell, Nikki Cent, and Chris Manning. Photos by Manning. That was a pretty interesting match. They were slipping and sliding all over the place. Yellow Dog was using Valentina as a weapon, and it was pretty crazy. The team of Loca, Yellow Dog, and Space Unicorn picked up the victory. And then it was the next match was a triple threat match. It was Donnie Pepper Cricket against the Masked Magician and another unnamed luchador. And I believe that unnamed luchador picked up the victory.
Wow.
Yeah, very talented unnamed luchador.
Unnamed luchador.
Yes, he was.
I wonder if he's related to the generic luchador.
Well, I don't know, but there was no ring announcer in this show because they didn't want to get out the microphones or anything because it was pouring down rain. So I never caught this guy's name, but he seemed super. He seemed fly. He seemed like a great guy. His buns were a little steely, I think, but I don't know who he was.
All right.
And then we had the main event. My good personal close friend, Captain Midnight, led the Yacht Club of Brooke Valentine and Lil Nate as they took on the Amazing Raisins. Have you ever seen the Amazing Raisins before, Regal?
Like actual raisins?
They were, yeah.
Like
they passed out craisins to the crowd.
Are they from California?
Probably, I don't know.
All right.
Great match. They force-fed Captain Midnight a plum, and then he had to go to the bathroom, so he ran off. So he got chased off again.
You mean a prune?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said a plum.
Oh, same thing.
Not at all true.
Anyways, they fed him a what? What'd they feed him?
A prune.
A prune.
Yeah.
Which made him had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then...
Prunes are what old people eat, so they shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yes shit.
Yes shit.
Yes shit. No shit. Alright. So, yeah. And then those raisins stole the victory because the captain wasn't there. But, man, Captain Midnight, he had a bad couple of days at the Latino Fest. He just kept getting robbed.
I mean...
It's not fair.
I know I'm supposed to feel bad about that, but it's Midnight Guthrie, so...
You're just jealous because he's better commentator than you.
I mean, I don't say he's a better commentator than me. He's definitely a more interesting dresser than I am.
I'd say he's one of the best dressed people in all of Des Moines.
Well, I mean, you see Des Moines, that doesn't take a hell of a lot.
I was gonna say as long as you're,
But Alex, that was what was going down last week, and I think as we teased the last week on the show.
That's really all the wrestling that's going on.
I mean, that's all we really need.
That's all we got to talk about today.
But I think there's a little more we can talk about.
All right, it is now time. Pipe Dream 1989. Not a better week to do it than this one. So now that we're done covering local wrestling, since there's nothing else going on, we're going to do Pipe Dream 1989.
Wrong.
Okay.
Obviously, we can't talk too much about Raw because by the time you hear this, it will have already happened, and we don't know what's going to happen. So
Colby texted me the results.
Oh, did he?
No. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe he did.
He couldn't pick me out of a lineup.
I know. Yeah, it is 6 o'clock on Monday as we are recording this. So even if we did post this as soon as Raw hasn't happened yet. Apparently there's a new entranceway. That's what I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
Looks pretty interesting. I'm interested to see what they actually can do with it.
Are you going to be positive about WWE?
I'm going to try to be as positive as I can.
Optimistic?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm hoping for big things. We'll see.
They're trucking out all the old guys for Raw tonight.
Obviously, we got Ric Flair, we got Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold's gonna be around this week. Everybody's gonna be around this week because they announced earlier today. But we're gonna be watching some Game Changer Wrestling. Game Changer Wrestling presents Last Call.
The guys that you're gonna see on TV again on Wednesday.
The final indie wrestling appearances of Orange Cassidy, Jungle Boy.
Not Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's the Game Changer, Marco Stunt. I keep saying Orange Cassidy. No, Marco Stunt. Orange Cassidy actually has an indie booking on Wednesday, or on Thursday, which we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. In October.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Game Changer, the final, the farewell, essentially. A few other people, but essentially the farewell to the bad boy Joey Janela.
Yep.
who basically helped put Game Changer Wrestling on the map.
Yes.
Right
next to Idaho.
Yeah. Joey gonna be what?
I can't. He said he put him on the map. I don't know, Regal.
But did you see Joey Janela hanging out with his good friend the other day?
Yes, I did.
Joey Janela, and of course, gonna be at the show tonight. The apparently good friend of Joey Janela.
The new draw
is to be made.
The new draw in independent wrestling,
dude. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Mr. Superhuman has in store for us as part of the show tonight.
Oh, you know what somebody should make their gimmick in the Indies after AEW takes off?
What?
They should refer themselves as the Last Draw.
The last. Isn't that already kind of Sami Callihan's gimmick?
No, he's the Draw. So this person's the Last Draw because like all the draws got signed. The last draw of independent wrestling.
That's probably something. Probably David Starr's already working into his ring entrance.
Yeah, probably.
But no, Game Changer going to be a very good show. Obviously, we can't talk much about it because even if we post this as soon as we're done recording it, which we might.
It is International Podcast Day.
Yeah, we should post this as soon as we're done recording because it is International Podcast Day.
Oh, did you see the questions?
Oh, did we get some?
Well, Clyde from Northwest Indiana said, "Ain't nobody gonna send us any goddamn questions, Regal."
Oh. I thought I'd try if anybody had anything. If you ever have anything you want to hear us talk about on the podcast, hit us back on the Twitter, man.
If you listen to our podcast, hit us back on the Twitter.
Yeah.
If you knew that we had a podcast.
Does Landels listen to this show?
No, I can't get Landels to listen to this show.
I tried to talk. I talked to Landels. He might listen this week.
Really?
Yeah. Then we could have the also had the one listener that Bruce Rawls and Brave had. But I would like to point out to you also that I did point this out to Merrick Brave and One Crotch and Mr. Morrow that I listen to Bruce Rawls and Brave every week.
People keep calling Sean Mr. Morrow.
So Landels is not the only person listening to Bruce Rawls and Brave. There are at least two, because I'm listening. But no.
You know who else is listening?
Who?
Dr. Fraser Crane.
Really?
I'm listening.
Oh. I thought maybe he was listening to Booze, Brawls, and Brave. That'd be pretty amazing.
Yes, Kelsey Grammer listens to Booze, Brawls, and Brave.
Wouldn't that be some shit? Kelsey Grammer listens to your podcast.
That'd be weird. Why would Kelsey Grammer listen to our fucking podcast?
Maybe Kelsey Grammer likes the way Merrick Brave talks. I don't know. But Tuesday, this week, is the only day that doesn't have wrestling.
Yeah.
But that's going to change too.
Yep. God
because
too much fucking wrestling.
Well, obviously, there's not too much we can talk about. We know there's a little bit, but during is it Wednesday and Thursday they're recording them, I believe.
Today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. Yeah, they and I was surprised it's gonna be this quick of a turnaround, but apparently the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, led by Billy Corgan and a man that we have talked to, Mr. Dave Lagana.
Yes.
Great guy. They are only going to have a 1 week turnaround before they start airing the episodes from these 2-day tapings that they're going to do.
And they're going to have a pay-per-view in December.
Yeah, free on YouTube, and their Facebook.
Yep.
So free wrestling on Tuesdays.
And available for free replay on Fight.
Yeah. Don't forget, obviously, also you got MLW every Monday on YouTube that you can watch.
Oh yeah, but they drop on Saturday, right? Live
yeah, they're on Saturday on BN Sports if you have like the ultimate package on DirecTV. If not, it's on YouTube on Monday. I got a buddy that has DirecTV that doesn't even get that channel. He has everything.
Yeah.
That's how deep down the rabbit hole you have to be on DirecTV to get BN Sports.
Dang.
So Tuesday.
Is it a better channel on like Dish or something?
I don't even know if it's on Dish.
Okay.
I know they're on DirecTV. That's the only place I know BN Sports actually is.
Okay.
Yeah. So this week, no wrestling on Tuesday. Next week, that's going to change. And then obviously, Wednesday night
is
now
CCD.
just
so there's no
2 days away. I'm not even going to let Alex make jokes and talk over me. The official start of the Wednesday Night War.
And somebody's gonna die!
They're gonna be Ultra Super Mega Mass Homicide. Is Tracy Smothers booked?
No, Tracy Smothers isn't fucking booked. Ain't nobody putting Tracy Smothers on live TV.
Tracy Smothers is gonna be booked as part of the Wednesday Night War. And if he hears an AEW, it's gonna be Ultra Super Mega Mass Homicide, and everybody dies.
God damn it.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Tracy will show up tonight on Game Changer. You can never have enough. You can never not have enough Tracy Smothers.
I mean, he's usually pretty offensive.
But obviously, the Wednesday Night War, NXT going live every week for 2 hours on the USA Network, and we know a few things that are going down. I'm
excited.
We have a women's title match: Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler. We got a tag team match: the Street Profits versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and then the big one, the NXT title. Adam Cole defending against the King of Bros, Matt Riddle.
I really want to go watch it live somewhere.
I will. So here's my plan. I'm going to have my tablet, and I'm going to at least have NXT on live. Obviously, I'll do a more deep dive of it on the network.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the USA, if you're a cord cutter, this will be on the USA Network 24 hours later.
The WWE Network?
Yes.
You said the USA Network, so I was just clarifying.
24 hours later, it's going to be on the USA Network. It'll be on the WWE Network every week. So, yeah. Because I got a feeling we're going to get some big surprises Wednesday night. My biggest thing is there's no way Tommaso's not showing up Wednesday night.
You think? Yeah.
In some capacity, the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa, is going to return to NXT Wednesday night. I know that for a fact. He's released a couple of videos basically teasing his return on YouTube, on his social media. I think it's going to happen. I think you're going to see at least one person who we think of as a main roster guy that's going to show up and basically say he's back on NXT. It's going to be interesting. And then, obviously, the thing I am the most excited about this week, it is the debut of AEW, All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, on TNT. They just released the opening video for the show today on their social media. It looks great. Very, very old school wrestling-esque. Kind of reminded me of essentially, I hate to say this, it looks like an Attitude Era Raw opening.
Oh, really?
The what's got I'm pretty sure it's Downstate. Doing the music. So and obviously it's quick cuts of highlights from some of the AEW pay-per-views with some of the top stars. It's very old school wrestling intro type of intro, but man, I mean, this card is absolutely loaded up for the first show. We've got and literally they've said this is going to be the opening match. Sammy Guevara taking on Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I think this is they're gonna try to give a star-making performance to Sammy here. I think they've been hyping this one up pretty big on the YouTube shows.
On the Road 2s, yeah.
On the Road 2s, which if you haven't watched the Road 2 shows, I mean, even if you're not a fan of the wackiness of being the Elite, the stuff they've done with the Road 2 series is excellent. It's straight up wrestling. It's straight up old school type of wrestling promotion. You know, quick promos. I love the old school control centers with Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
They've done an amazing job of hyping this first episode. Yeah, Cody and Sammy, I think they're going to try to give a star-making performance to Guevara. And I have no doubt this is going to tear the house down. And that is your opening match. Then we're going to crown the first ever AEW Women's Champion. Riho taking on the native beast Nyla Rose.
Is there any other way that goes other than Nyla?
And so far they've had very few misses. I could see them trying to basically have Riho be the underdog and maybe with a roll up or something. To me, the way to book this is Nyla goes out and kills her.
Yeah.
And then you can build it later, but I think at first you got to have Nyla just go out and destroy her.
Yeah, just kill somebody.
Yeah. Then we've got a match that when they announced it, I was like, okay, but then kind of in a happy accident, this has turned into a big deal on social media.
What's that?
MJF taking on Brandon Cutler.
Oh.
MJF just tweets out a photo of himself working out, which, whether you love or hate Max, I give him credit. That kid's gotten in amazing shape.
Yeah.
He was in good shape when we, first started seeing him on the indies. Since he signed that contract, man, he's been hitting it hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he tweets out this photo that says, "I don't play Dungeons and Dragons."
Yeah.
And then Cutler
Yeah.
tweets out a photo who himself is in and the story on Brandon Cutler is more than just Dungeons and Dragons. It's the fact that this guy had quit wrestling, got basically brought back in by Nick and Matt, who were his childhood friends. And then go out and find the clip online and I think it's in the latest Road 2, where they gave Brandon his contract, and he literally broke down and cried.
Yeah.
Because he was going to be able to make a living in professional wrestling and support his family.
Mm-hmm.
And by all intents and purposes, from everybody that's ever met this guy, has nothing but great things to say about how nice he is. But the thing about this was, when he tweets this out, the Dungeons and Dragons community gets a hold of it. And you start seeing people quote tweeting this and saying, "Hey, I do play Dungeons and Dragons," including a guy that I've actually known plays Dungeons and Dragons and is a huge member of the nerd community that you would not expect. A member of a little movie called Magic Mike. He's been on True Blood. Mr. Joe Manganiello. Probably honestly, I'm going to say it. I'm secure enough. One of the most beautiful men on the planet. A man that literally looks like he was chiseled out of granite and should be a Greek god. Joe Manganiello quote tweets MJF and just posts a picture of himself working out and says, "Yeah, I do play Dungeons and Dragons." Nice. So my whole thing is, if you capitalize on this, if AEW hasn't reached out to Joe Manganiello to try to get him to show up at some point in this, that'd be huge for them.
Yeah.
Then a matchup that's actually essentially been built up since Double or Nothing when it didn't happen. The Bastard Pac. Apparently it's Pac. Apparently we've been saying it wrong for years.
Yeah.
Taking on the Hangman, Adam Page. I'm going to say it. I think Hangman loses here. It looks like they're going to do the story, obviously, where Hangman, he wasn't quite ready for the title match, and he was dejected afterwards. I think Pac's going to beat him here.
Yeah.
So I think Pac is a guy that... Pac, I think...
It's going to take a long time
to get that out of my system, because I'm used to saying Pac. But I think you're going to see Pac beat him. I think they've got big... They're going to play the long game with Hangman, and there's big plans.
They should.
And there's big plans for Pac that you can... And Pac's a guy you can slide in right away. Then we have, I believe this is announced as the main event for the show, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking on Chris Jericho and two mystery partners.
Yeah.
There's no way the mystery partners aren't LAX, right? I mean, unless they got somebody else that's going to be a huge surprise.
I mean, how cool would it be if it wasn't LAX?
I mean, I think everybody thinks it's going to be LAX, so if you really wanted to surprise people,
have it not be
have
LAX.
it not be LAX.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be LAX.
That's kind of where my headspace is.
And it would make the most sense.
Yeah, it would.
And then obviously not in a match, but we do know Jon Moxley will be making his return.
Not in a match.
It doesn't say match, but he will be on the show. So
okay.
Moxley is returning to the ring next week in New Japan.
Okay.
So he is medically cleared to go.
Why are they letting him return there and not in AEW?
I'm assuming he's going to drop the U.S. title to Juice.
Oh. Because you don't think he's going to be allowed to work in Japan anymore?
His contract, he said that his contract states he can work in Japan.
Okay.
I think you're going to see him at I think you're only going to see him at like Wrestle Kingdom. I think you might see Moxley at Wrestle Kingdom, but I don't think you're going to see him. Come on. By the way, even if I have to do it, I'm gonna say it. Even if I have to do it by myself, Puro Regal is coming back.
Yeah, what's Gary's problem?
It's not. There's no problem. It's conflicting schedules.
Oh.
You know Gary. You've known Gary longer than I am. There's nights he doesn't get off work till 10 o'clock his time, till 10, 11 o'clock his time.
I didn't know that about him.
Oh, yeah.
Because we text all day, so we always text. He
has one of those jobs where he can like text and stuff while he's working, but
yeah,
there are nights where
he
doesn't
text us while he's talking to his freaking clients.
I hope not. Sometimes there will be a delay, so
yeah.
But there are times where he doesn't get home till like 9 o'clock at night, so
yeah,
it's just been a conflict, and that's why unfortunately went on sabbatical during the G1 because our schedules were just insane during that period of time. So I'm gonna try to get a King of Pro Wrestling preview out, if nothing else.
Is there anybody else you could get to do that show with you?
I've talked to some people. We'll talk about that later off the air.
Spizoil lizards.
No, I don't. No, I'm hoping Gary can come on with me. Okay. I haven't reached out to him yet this week to say it, but no, King of Pro Wrestling is a week from Monday, so we've got some time.
Okay.
But that show is coming back in some form. But yeah, that is Wednesday. Like you said, we need to do that. We need to talk to people. I gotta find some place that'll let us come out and throw NXT on one TV and throw AEW on another TV.
Yeah.
Wednesday Night War Party.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, if you have access to IWTV,
which if you don't, what the hell's the matter with you?
Which they need to sponsor us.
They need to give us a promo
That used to be a joke. That used to be a joke on the show. They should sponsor us. IWTV really should, because man, they need to give us, at least we don't care if we get any money. They just give us a promo code.
Yeah.
So we can hopefully try to drive some people to them, because once again this week they are absolutely out here killing the game. Man, it is going to be a huge event this Thursday. Uncharted Territory weekly 2-hour independent wrestling show presented by IndependentWrestling.tv and Beyond Wrestling is back. And again, a absolutely loaded card. The Discovery Gauntlet continues as last year's champion Red Death Daniel Garcia takes on former UFC fighter Matt Makowski. The Discovery Gauntlet, for those who may not have heard about it, every week this is defended by people, and essentially this is a chance to discover new talent. Last year we had Thomas Santel,
Christian Casanova,
Mick Moretti, the Rapscallion.
Ugh.
You don't like Mick Moretti?
No, I thought that guy sucked.
Oh, I love Mick Moretti. But yeah, Christian Casanova.
Who you didn't like at first.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first, but then when he it took him it took the gimmick change, and then it took the most hated man in independent wrestling, Cam Zagami. Wondering what and I can say close personal friend on this one because this one's legit. Wonder what my close personal friend Cindy Bacabella is going to have to say about Mr. Zagami this season.
Yeah,
he always has some very colorful words to describe him. Wheeler Yuta taking on essentially Mr. Uncharted Territory, the Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson.
Hell yeah,
that's gonna be a good one.
Hell yeah.
In what I'm assuming is his final independent wrestling appearance, maybe Orange Cassidy.
No,
is it not?
He's announced for Game Changer October 12th.
I wonder if maybe his contract might be a little different.
Yeah,
but Orange Cassidy gonna take on a guy who literally was made by Uncharted Territory last year, Thomas Santel.
Is that still the match? It's not.
That's still the match, even though it's not for the title. That's still what's announced.
Okay, I was just wondering.
This was announced for the Independent Wrestling Championship, but that was before Orange Cassidy dropped that to Warhorse. Hopefully, I'm assuming we're going to see Warhorse on Uncharted Territory this season. Can't wait for that. Lance Hoyt. Essentially, in each week, there's a special guest for Uncharted Territory. The special guest for week 1, Lance Hoyt, bringing Everybody Dies to Beyond Wrestling, taking on Josh Briggs. That's a matchup of two very large gentlemen. That's gonna be a barn burner.
Two smooth criminals.
Alex, I don't even know if you've heard about this one yet.
What's that?
Chris Statlander versus MDK all fucking day.
What?
Chris Statlander, our favorite alien, taking on...
Top 5 for me for sure.
Taking on the king, Nick fucking Gage.
God damn it. Why do I have to work Thursday nights? Don't get me wrong, I love my job, but why do I gotta work Thursday nights?
I was worried because Joker premieres this week.
Yeah.
They're doing 4 o'clock premieres for Joker. So I'm going to go see Joker at 4 o'clock and then haul ass to get home afterwards. Nice. I might miss a little bit of the opening of Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah, I get off at 8:50. I work from 6:45 to 8:15 on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge.
So, Dylan Hales, if you're listening, Independent Wrestling, if you're listening.
I should just hit up Dylan and find out. Be like, hey, bro, I know we don't really have a lot of listeners, but we put you over every single week.
I just get that replay up fast, please.
They usually do. Uncharted Territory usually goes up that night now.
Not always. There were times when I tried to watch it Thursday morning and it wasn't up yet.
Okay.
So.
But then, Friday, obviously, we have the debut of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Wrestling, I'm even excited about this because, dude, wrestling is returning to network TV.
Hell yeah. A real network,
not UPN. We're going on Fox. This is going to be huge for professional wrestling, I think.
Because Regal and I are both employees of WWE.
I think it's huge for professional wrestling.
It is.
Because professional wrestling being on network TV is going to be amazing. And
hell yeah.
I cannot wait for that. And then that's not the only wrestling this weekend. Because once again, it was literally just announced yesterday. I had hoped, and then as it got closer, I kept thinking, they're not going to do it. Darn it. But no. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, King of Trios. One of my favorite events of the year. The Trios Tournament, the biggest event on the wrestling calendar of Chikara, is going to be streamed all 3 nights live on Independent Wrestling. So if you have not yet, man, get on. All you got to do is go to their Twitter. Go to the Twitter of Indie Wrestling. Get a free promo code. Sign up. You get 20 days for free. And you're going to get the first 2 weeks of Uncharted Territory and King of Trios and Subgraps on Sunday. I mean...
It's going to be so fucking
good. And
then
once you hit that back catalog, man, you're going to keep going after that 20 days, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But, dude, so here's the thing. King of Trios this year, we've got the Quack Attack, the Ugly Ducklings, and Mike Quackenbush. Quack Attack, get it?
Yeah.
Teaming up against the Colony, Fire Ant, Thief Ant, and Green Ant. We have the Crucible, 2 teams from the Crucible. One taking on Willow Nightingale, Solo Darling, and Freddie Mercurio. The Velocities, which is A-Kid, Lucky Kid, and Carlos Romo, I believe. Okay. Taking on the Crucible of Lance Steele, Ophidian, and Kimberly. The other Crucible team is the Whisper and 2 of the guys they trade whose names I cannot remember. This one, Alex, the Carnies.
Yeah.
Nick, Iggy, Carrie Awful, and Trip Cassidy taking on the Legion of Rot, Frightmare, Hallow Wicked, and Kobold. The Creatures of the Deep are in the tournament. There's an Australian team that's in the tournament. The Hatfield family of Dasher, Boomer, and Molly McCoy. How about this team? Lucas Calhoun, Missile Assault Man, and the Stray Cat.
I only know one of those people.
We love Alley Cat. And then there are 2 matches that are in the first round of this tournament that are amazing. Fist, Tony Deppen, Travis Huckabee, and Icarus taking on the Embassy.
What?
The Embassy, Alex.
Who's in the embassy now?
Sal Rinauro, Jimmy Rave, and Prince Nana. The Embassy. From Ring of Honor back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember the embassy.
They are back for at least one night. Yeah, Sal Rinauro, Jimmy Rave, and Prince Nana.
Nana.
And then in the, oh my god, I can't believe this match is happening, on night one of King of Trios, and I'm assuming this has to be your main event. It is Team Pump, Petey Williams, Jordynne Grace, and the big bad booty daddy himself, Scott Steiner.
I can't believe Scott Steiner is going to be in fucking Chikara.
It's going to be in Chikara. This is going to be amazing.
So fucking weird.
And they are taking on the team of Nerder, Death, Chris Statlander, Thomas Santel, and the King, Nick fucking Gage.
What world do we live in?
Nick Gage is going to be in the same ring as Scott Steiner. Holy shit, wrestling in 2019.
Didn't they wrestle in AIW?
Did they?
They did,
didn't they?
I was going to say, I thought Nick Gage and Scott Steiner had a match in AIW.
They're going to be across the ring from each other in Chikara.
I say, it's fucking weird.
It's crazy. I love King of Trios. It's always a great event. Obviously nights 2 and 3 of the later rounds of the tournament, the Ray Day Valadares High Flyers tournament, which I know Alex Zane is going to be a member of that. I believe Blake Christian's going to be in that. And then obviously as the tournament goes on and teams get eliminated, you'll see a lot of matches get made, a lot of angles. I'm going to throw it out there. Based on the way Chikara storylines tend to go, I don't want to pick him because I'm afraid of what it might mean for the future of Chikara.
The Crucible?
But I think it's going to be the Crucible. I think Lance Steele, Ophidian, and Kimberly are taking this year's tournament. Just when we thought that we had cleared the darkness in Chikara.
Do we kayfabe Chikara? Okay.
I always kayfabe Chikara, at least a little bit.
Okay.
Just when you thought the darkness had left Chikara, there, the darkness returns in a new form, and I'm very worried if the Crucible wins this, what might happen.
He hasn't been sleeping at night, Quack. Why you got to do this to a man?
Okay, so now I'm gonna pull back that curtain, man. That's the reason I love Chikara more than anything. You can, like, Alex, who doesn't follow Chikara, can watch King of Trios and have so much fun watching it.
Yeah.
Then myself and our good friend Kat.
Yeah.
Kat even more hardcore about. Kat's been a Chikara fan since she got into wrestling.
Yeah.
Chikara is one of the main reasons Kat got into wrestling.
No, she was watching wrestling before.
Well, she was a WWE fan when she first started, but when she got into independent wrestling, and she said when she found Chikara, that was one of the big deals for her.
Sure.
Now, there's if you want to deep dive into Chikara, there literally is a continuous narrative in Chikara that goes all the way back to the very beginning of the company.
Yeah.
And it's chaptered, and it's essentially a professional wrestling comic book. Very, very much comic book based influence that I absolutely love. And this season, the storyline they've done essentially, and they go in seasons, and the storyline they've done in this season with the Crucible really has kind of brought me all the way back into that fold. I love Chikara. So that's going to be on. Subgraps is going to be on Sunday, and I don't have the card pulled up, and we're already going long, so I'm probably not going to do too much, but I believe our boy One Called is going to be on that show.
Oh hell yeah! I think isn't he facing AJ Gray maybe?
Maybe I think he is. So, but Subgraps, you got AJ Gray, you got Violence is Forever.
Or is he facing O'Shea?
He's facing O'Shea. So it is the One Called Banners versus O'Shea Edwards. You never know who may show up because a few months ago, our one Mr. Xander Killen was on the Southern Underground Pro. Those shows are always a good show to check out if you're a fan of independent wrestling. But indie wrestling, we got it on Fox. We got indie wrestling. We got it on network TV. We got it on 2 shows going head to head on cable. God damn it! It's the greatest time in 20 years to be a wrestling fan, man.
I'd argue it's better than 20 years ago.
I'm excited, man.
I know, but don't you think it's better than 20 years ago?
Well, I mean, by 20 years ago, but 99 WCW was still decent. They didn't go. Where we're at? We're at September 99. No, September 99. By this point, they'd gone over the cliff already. Some point around April or May 99 was when they went over the cliff. So
yeah.
Dang.
What a time to be alive as a wrestling fan.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get out of here because we got about 20 minutes till Game Changer Wrestling starts. Alex is gonna just go ahead and post this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise. Well, we want to get it out. It's International Podcast Day.
Happy International Podcast Day.
And we want to get it out
to all of our podcast friends out there. Thank you.
Do we have podcast friends?
Alex McCarthy. No, he doesn't have a podcast.
I will shout out our boys over at Shotgun Wrestling Radio.
Yeah.
They were doing wrestling.
They were doing internet radio, weren't they?
Yeah, they started internet radio. They were doing I'll shout out the only podcast I am a Patreon member for. Voices of Wrestling.
They definitely don't listen to this.
No, they definitely don't listen to this. But if you're part of as we call it, as it's called on their show, the Pro Wrestling Intelligentsia.
That sounds like a disease.
If you're into that,
if you got the Pro Wrestling Intelligentsia, you might want to go to the doctor.
But if you're a fan of hardcore, not hardcore and deathmatch, but if you're just a fan of the hardcoreness of being a professional wrestling fan, and you like Japan, and you like indies, and you like everything, they cover everything in detail. Great listens. They're doing one I like right now. It's called Fall Brawl Recall.
Really?
They're going through all the main events of Fall Brawl.
All the war games, then.
Joe Lane is doing an amazing Patreon series called Jovember to Remember, where he literally started at the very beginning of ECW.
Nice.
But I'll shout them out. Even though I don't think you listen to it, but I'll probably give them a plug online. I'll shout out one of the guys who even I had not even started on this one when I did the first appearance on their show. The Uncle Mike and Tom Show, which is unfortunately no longer in existence. But guys that were covering independent wrestling in detail before anybody else was.
Nice.
And were huge in the independent wrestling community for many, many, many years. But yeah, and of course it's International Podcast Day. We should shout out the Godfather of Pro Wrestling Podcast. Thank you, Colt Cabana.
Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you, Colt Cabana, and thank you to all of our listeners.
Hey, oh wait, Alex, there's can I get him on the phone? Let me call. Let's see, Huntsville, Alabama.
Hey, it's Connor Thompson, and you're listening to Me Talk. Conrad, what's going on? How are you?
Conrad, man, it's International Podcast Day.
It is International Podcast Day, and I'm here on Off the Chest, Timothy Regal. Have you checked out the Orange Show yet?
I checked out the Orange Show. Great show.
Great.
Listen to 83 weeks. You want to talk about every day of the week?
Every day of the week. On Monday, we got 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. Tuesday, the Orange Show. Wednesday, What Happened When with Tony Schiavone. Thursday, we're grilling JR. And Friday, Bruce, take your meds. We got the original, what's the Pritchard Show?
Something to wrestle
with. Bruce Pritchard.
Jesus, Conrad, you're doing so many shows, you're forgetting the names of them.
I'm drunk.
That might be. And you got Starcast 4. I saw you
Starcast 4.
You booked the Shockmaster.
We got the Shockmaster. We've got RoboCop. More importantly, we've got Van Hammer.
Man, Conrad, where were all these guys in Chicago when I was there?
Well, you got to go to Starcast 4.
It's in Baltimore. I can't make it.
Well, that's not my fault. Have you ever flown on a plane before, Regal?
Yes, I have.
All right. Well, you fly a plane to Baltimore.
Hey, Conrad.
What's going on, Regal?
First off, thank you for literally being the first words I hear every morning when I wake up now is, hey, it's Conrad Thompson. And secondly, can you get Alex McCarthy some Blue Chew?
Alex McCarthy doesn't need any Blue Chew, Regal.
I think he does.
Well, why are you thinking about his penis?
I'm not.
Who else's penis are you thinking about, Regal?
Nobody's.
Well, it is International Podcast Day, so how about a podcast about penises?
Maybe Cat will do that one. I don't know.
Yeah, shit. I mean,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right, folks.
All right, take care. Follow me at Hey It's Conrad.
Follow me at SCWPro444.
Woo! Where you're living,
Rick.
Regal.
You haven't been around, man. Where you been?
Thought I was on Raw, but I'm here on a podcast. I'm on your podcast. Happy International Podcast Day from the most famous person to ever walk this podcast style. Woo!
You better go, man. You got to be on Raw in a little bit.
Let me tell you something, baby. It's the American dream, the second most famous person to ever be on this podcast. The second most recognizable podcaster of all time.
Hey, Dust.
After the man who's here earlier, Conrad Thompson. And this Wednesday night on TNT, baby, it's going to be WCW Wednesday Nitro. Live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Dust.
What's going on, baby?
First off, you never had a podcast.
I never had a podcast.
You should have. It would have been amazing.
It would have been amazing. Of course. You're damn right. It would have been amazing, baby.
Secondly,
what's going on?
It's AEW Dynamite.
WCW Monday Night.
No, AEW Dynamite.
AEW Dynamite.
Cody's gonna be the first match. You excited?
Cody's gonna be the first match. She should be the main event.
Well, every match is kind of a main event on this show. It's a big show.
That's right, baby.
You got to put the champ in the main event. So Chris Jericho's got to be the main.
Chris Jericho gonna be the main event, teaming up with the Young Bucks to take on Kenny Omega and two mystery partners.
No, it's Jericho and two mystery partners versus.
Why am I so confused?
I don't know.
Things been busy up there. Pearly Gates Championship Wrestling Regal. So the big guy, he said they got all that wrestling going on down there. Does where you only running Sundays. Why you only running Sundays, baby? And I said, okay. So I got Corey Macklin running Thursdays. I got Vern Gagne running Tuesdays. I got Picky George running Saturdays. I got all kinds of people.
How's Vern?
Vince McMahon Sr.'s running Monday nights.
Really?
Yeah.
How's Nature Boy Buddy Rogers? He doing okay?
He's main eventing on Fridays.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
You bring it back up there.
I'll go back up there.
I heard Corey's having some issues.
You better keep him away from me.
All right.
Regal, I heard they were giving away free spots on the podcast for International Podcast Day.
Bernie.
So I'm here to say, every day gets wrestling. Everybody gets wrestling. Every day. Every day gets wrestling. Everybody gets a podcast. Free podcasts for everybody. Happy International Podcast Day, Regal.
All right.
Now I have a question for you.
What's up, Bernie?
In February, are you going to caucus for me? Are you going to help me take down the 1%? Donate $5 right now to Bernie Sanders for president. And if you give me $5 for free, I will give everybody free education, free health care. Everybody gets an education. Everybody gets a health care.
Hey, Bern.
What's going on?
There's one problem with caucusing for you.
What's that?
I don't live in Iowa.
Move to Iowa. Everybody gets someplace to live in Iowa. So here's come February.
So here's the thing, and I will say something, man. This is all seriousness. I do wish I lived in Iowa because caucusing sounds way more fun than just voting in an election.
I know my friend Alex McCarthy. He caucused for me in 2016. I don't think he's going to do it again, but he should, because if he did, I would give him a free caucus. Free caucuses for everybody.
Caucuses are
and if you hit a deer on the road, you get a free caucus. If you call the DNR, I heard Ashton Kutcher say it on the radio, and the 1% are going to pay for it. Will we come back and do the plugs, baby?
Please, Dusty, before somebody else shows up.
I don't know who else will show up.
No, there's a few people that we don't want to show up, so hurry up and hit the plugs.
Corey Macklin?
No, I'm thinking of some other people. But
Well, it's International Podcast Day, Regal. We gotta hit all of our shit.
goddamn!
We gotta hit all of our shit. Follow Alex at One Real Smart Alex. Follow Regal at SCW Regal 444. Follow the podcast at Off the Chest TR. Go ahead and follow Margaret Adele, the sweet, beautiful lady that she is, at Margaret Adele. Margaret _Adele or just Margaret Adele?
Margaret _Adele.
Margaret _Adele. Yeah, that's right. That's why I see it. And same favorite, WREST. And I am the AMERICANDREAM, American Dream. And you better be watching Cody Wednesday night. You gonna watch Cody? Oh, yeah.